Are you nervous?
Yeah.
Why are you?
I don't know.
You don't know your
Because it's like on
sippy
the
cup. What do you mean sippy cup?
You have to stay hydrated. I'm a mom. What do you want from me?
I know I'm like that too. When I hold something, it just makes me less nervous.
Yeah.
But we'll get going. What's up, YouTubers? It's Nick here with Real Talk with Nick, and on this episode of Meet and Greet, we have the lovely Remie Anderson. That's
Hi.
the new last name.
That is my new last name.
Yes, congratulations. As you guys know, in these episodes, we feature a different set of archetypes every single time, and we'll keep revisiting this because it's important for you guys to understand what archetypes are. But today we're lucky enough to have the Beautician. So that's the archetype. So if you can introduce yourself, and also what is a Beautician for anyone who is curious what that is.
So basically, I am a beautician. I beautify people, and it's been my passion for so long. I've been doing cosmetology is the technical term for about 16 plus years, and basically what I do for people is hair and makeup. So I am the person who cuts your hair, colors your hair, applies your makeup for special events, or just to make yourself feel good on a day-to-day basis.
And when did you get started?
Oh wow, I want to say right when I graduated high school. It was a little bit early. I know I finished early, so I want to say 16 or 17.
Wow. And did you, I know you do it for a profession, but did you start even trying these things out before you got into the field?
Yes. I have an aunt who's much younger, so she's maybe like 15 or 12 years older than I am. So from a young age, she was like really supportive of art and got me into it, and then that art just transformed into wanting to help others, and then I found a way to marry the two.
Nice. And when you're doing your work, when you're helping others, what do you experience in your body?
Extreme joy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely, it might sound cliche when you hear people say I love my job or I love what I do, and it might even feel like, oh, they're just rubbing it in, but I mean, I get to express my art, and that's part of the reason why I've been doing it for so long, because you express your art, but at the same time you're helping other people every day.
Yeah. So even if you didn't get paid to do this, would you continue?
Yes, and I still do a lot of gigs for free.
Wow.
Especially for, I mean, something close to my heart is giving back to the community. So there has been stuff that's come up, like helping women like get back into society when they've come from, beaten and battered relationships. So yeah, I just do it because it's for the love that's in here.
Nice. And what do your clients experience? What do you love about this whole makeover process when guys, girls come in, they get a new shift in energy? What is that like?
It's infectious. Definitely when you can see it as it's happening, because they get nervous, and they've come to you, and a lot of the times you're almost like their liaison to what's current too. Mm-hmm. Because like for me, I know that being a mom now, sometimes I'll get a client that's like, I haven't done my hair in like months because I haven't been able to have the time to. So it's just seeing that relief on their face, that extra oomph, that like extra zhuzh that they feel. So it's infectious.
So for all the moms out there who, you guys are working, taking care of the kids, you guys have your careers, someone that just wants to take care of themselves, a self-care day, me time, what's the basic that they should do? And when they come to see you, what's a tip that you can give them?
The best tip I can give you is plan the time out for yourself, because a lot of modern moms, especially today, and I know because I've recently been there, and I had to reconcile the fact that this is the new norm, and you have to plan for it because you deserve it. So a lot of people, moms, parents, they'll say, because it's not just for women, it's for men too, because I know that there's, for some of my guy clients, there's single dads, so that is for them too. You need to just make the time and commit to it, because you deserve it, and your children, when you're happy, your children will be happy. And so a lot of a lot of the times people say, I just don't have the time, but you've got to make the time. That's the best tip I could give you.
And then if I'm on a budget, I have $100.
What
can I do?
You would be surprised, honestly, because we love what we do, you can always go to your, especially if you've been seeing your stylist for a while. I have many clients that are on the same frequency as I am time-wise, and so they'll come to me and say, I'm really tight with money right now, so we work something out. There's that, and surprisingly enough, sometimes we give it pro bono. Like, we'll be like, oh, Mother's Day is coming or Father's Day is coming. There's that, and probably the most would be to, like, maybe there's Groupon, or what are the other ones? Living Social. Sometimes they have really great deals on that too. That just a little gift to give yourself, like a trim.
Right.
You don't have to do the whole thing.
What about beauty tips, makeup tips? I can't come into a salon. What can people out there do to make themselves feel pretty?
There is a lot you can do, actually. I was just thinking about this because being a mom and having a career at the same time, people, like my clients always tell me, how do you always still have your makeup on, or you look well put together? And it's a struggle. The struggle is real. But what I've learned is, like, through YouTube and even experience with myself, like, you can go to CVS or Target. There are affordable products that you can use. You can also utilize natural products. So one of my main tips, like, even for winter and dry skin, a lot of moms, it sounds silly, but you don't have time to moisturize your skin, and that's number one. Your skin is something you cannot take off.
All right.
So being good to your skin, moisturize, raw coconut oil. You can put that on everything.
I'm gonna do that tonight.
Yeah, it's good for your health. It's good. You can cook with it. So just buy a vat of raw coconut oil and sprinkle it everywhere. But that's probably the best tip right now. Like, if you're on a budget and if you don't have the time, it's there when you need to go grocery shopping. But at the same time, you can put it in your hair, and it will make your hair super hydrated. You can put it on your skin, and it'll make your skin glow. So just be good to you, be good to yourself. It doesn't take hundreds of dollars to do.
Yeah.
It might just take, like, $7.
There you go. We can all save some money.
Mm-hmm.
As a beautician, I know there's people out there that maybe want to go into this realm. What are your tips, maybe some of the challenges that you've encountered that you can give to the audience members?
Oh, that's a tough one. I recently mentored an assistant of mine, and she had just gotten out of school, and she came across all of these, situations. I feel like I was not spared them early on in my career. As the beauty industry, we've progressed a lot further. I would say do your research, because I think back then my industry was relatively untouched. I mean, obviously the beauty industry has been around, but now with technology, we've had advances. So just be sure to do your research, because it's out there to you. There's many things, techniques, and stuff that you can learn on YouTube. Whereas sometimes an assisting program, when you want to become a beautician, it's investing kind of like into a college education. It's not cheap, and people will take advantage of you in the beginning. They might say, there's an assisting program where you have to sign on for almost 2 to 4 years.
Right.
So just know that you don't actually have to go that route. If it's within you and you're passionate about it, you will fly. And it really is about refining your craft, and you can get that knowledge for free now that we have technology. You have YouTube.
Practice on your friends.
Yeah, practice on your friends. Just get into the motion of it. Practice makes perfect.
There you go. And how do people get a hold of you? Where are you working now? What location?
So I am based out of Los Angeles, Lake Balboa, Van Nuys to be exact. And I am actually working from within my home, because we built a home studio so I could be close to my children.
Nice.
So I know not everyone has the luxury of doing that, but where there's a will, there's a way. And I struggled with myself, where I was like, my children are so young, I want to be a career woman. I don't want to lose sense of self, but I also want to be true to my children. And I just found a way to make it work. So you can find a way to make it work. Nowadays, there are places where you could rent by chair, rent by day. There are a lot of salons that will just take you on to just share a station for a couple hours. So you can find a way to do it, especially for those who are modern moms where they work and they want to have time. As a beautician, you have the added bonus of a very, very flexible schedule. So by all means, you can connect with me through social
What's your
media.
Instagram?
My Instagram is at Morena Mermaid, MORENA _mermaid.
Or I can just put it on the bottom of the screen.
Or you could just look me up. I guess the easiest hashtag would be Remie Hair.
Remie hair. Red hair.
Just hashtag red hair.
That's an inside joke. Yeah, so we're gonna do a little makeover with Tina, who's my writer, my blogger, and we're just gonna see Remie at work and follow us and join us. So thank you.
Thank
Make
you for
sure
having
to connect with her and reach out.
Quick fire questions.
Oh,
What?
yes.
What's that?
We have a quick fire questions for you, just random.
Uh-oh.
Favorite color?
Black.
Favorite food?
Oh my gosh, lumpia.
Woohoo! Tell my Asian friends out there, she said lumpia. Favorite song or artist?
Oh, too many to name. Off the top of my head, the Beatles.
Nice. Favorite TV show?
Favorite TV show? There's too many. Game of Thrones.
Nice. Favorite quote?
Favorite quote? Oh, I'm going to mess it up, but it's one that I live by. Work like no one ever will, so that you can have the life that no one ever will have. If that makes
Wow,
sense.
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So we'll
It's
have to
true.
leave it there because that was off the hook. But thank you, everyone. Tip for people regarding makeup
gonna
that
buy
they should
this.
know.
Always use setting powder if you're going to be wearing any kind of makeup.
What is that?
It sets the makeup into place. Otherwise, if you don't set it, your makeup will move and it will look
Stupid.
oily.
What about sleep? Does that affect?
Oh yes. If you're not getting enough sleep, so many things get thrown off.
And drinking enough water?
Yes, and I'm bad with that. So
Me too.
keeping hydrated is number one against like wrinkles. Because the
Oh.
more hydrated your skin is, the more plump it is, more supple. It's got more elasticity.
Well, what's your tips for eyebrows again?
Oh, try threading out versus waxing or
Dude.
plucking,
Because?
so that you're not pulling and tugging at the skin, and that way you can avoid premature aging. Because it will create sagging, and then when you get sagging, you get the wrinkles.
What are your tips for under eye?
Ooh, under eye cucumbers.
Really?
The more moisture there is, the more better. So cucumbers, maybe
Often?
mash it up with some watermelon. I mean, surprisingly, if you do it on a daily, I met this woman who had flawless skin, and her whole thing to me was, oh, I drink lots of water and I put cucumbers on underneath my eyes, I don't know, since she was 16. And these are old home remedies.
What are some other ones, home remedies that are good?
It's gonna smell really gross, but
Oh no.
egg yolk
Oh really?
on your hair, because the protein in it,
What does it do?
it replenishes the protein in your hair. It strengthens your hair.
Oh,
Nick, you are hilarious with these questions.
they're good tips.
Mm-hmm.
They're real tips and practical.
Um,
Home remedies.
home remedies, yeah. Coconut oil, because it's natural. It's from the earth, one, so it's going to be good for you. So there's not all these extra chemicals that you don't know about. So you know what you're getting when you get it, and then at the same time, it's proven to be not harsh on the skin.
Yeah.
So it's what I would suggest if you're going for like the best all natural route that has like good results, would be coconut oil for hair and skin. My top 5 tips are: don't wash your hair excessively, don't wash your face excessively. That's 2. 3, keep hydrated. 4, don't change your mind too much when it comes to your hair. Sometimes a really good look takes time to settle in, and you need to kind of nurture the look too. Because too many times I get people come in every 3 months and they're like, it's something new, which is great. We want to encourage that, but then you're kind of having, like, let's say one person comes in, they're like, I want to be black haired this month, and then 3 months later they want to be platinum blonde, and it can actually do damage to your hair when you try and skip from one end of the spectrum to the other too quickly.
What is the best face wash?
Cetaphil.
Really?
Hands down. I mean, I use Obagi on top of Cetaphil.
What is that?
Obagi is another, it's like a high-end. So that's something I like to do. I like to mix something that's not necessarily considered low-end, but it's affordable.
Yeah.
And it's been proven and time-tested. And then you have the high-end that's going to go ahead and do the specialty. So you're going to hone in on what is actually needed. A lot of times people and professionals will tell you to get one that's slightly lighter. I actually like to use darker because
Really?
when I contour, it ties in, especially if it happens to be in contour areas. You don't want to put something that's light, because what will happen is when you're like in certain lighting, it will just get reflected.
Oh.
And then it just looks cakey. Smart. Put it down.
What's your tip for contouring?
Nick.
You're gonna highlight where the sun would naturally hit, and then you're gonna contour where the sun wouldn't. So it's generally going to be the raised parts of your face. And that's gonna also lend to like your bone structure, bringing out your
What's the
bone
biggest
structure.
mistake people make regarding makeup?
Oh my gosh, not matching skin tone. And it is difficult. There's actually like machines that they have now, like at Sephora and whatnot, to actually match your skin tones. Especially if you're like mixed race. You have like for me, no one can really match my skin tone because I'm Asian, but I'm also an islander, so I have like olive, yellow, and orange, and so it's been quite a thing for people. They can't really match my skin tone, but they have machines for that now. So this is just a light contour. So for instance, to make your bone structure come out where your apples of your cheeks are, we're contouring right into the hollows of the cheeks so that it really pulls the face inward.
What is that?
Oh, so this is just kind of a translucent powder.
Oh.
Like a loose powder. That way when the lights reflect. So that's another thing. A lot of people don't take time to do like their neck. Their décolletage is what they call it. And it's like their bust, like the neck and the collarbone and all that. So what happens is, you have a layer protecting your skin, and skin absorbs light. So what happens is, when the flash goes off, their face will be like extremely light, and then their neck won't even like look like it matches when it does in person, but because of the flash being absorbed and then deflected like where the makeup is. So that's another thing. You have to like do your neck.
This is crazy. It's like a whole new world.
Strobing is kind of when you highlight your highlight area, but like more extremely. Hence the strobing. And you can kind of see, so when she tilts her face this way, you're going to see like a gleam. And you don't want to bring it down into the cheeks because then you're going to magnify pores. But it really is so that when like she takes photos or like in person, it really is going to catch the light. So what happens when you highlight and contour is where it's highlighted and it shimmers, it's going to really beam outward. And where there's a lack of that light, it's going to be where it's darker. it's going to pull in the eye. So it makes her natural bone structure more pronounced. With blush, don't overdo it, because it could end up making your cheeks look like ultra red
I do that.
or rosy, if you will, which is fine, but you don't want it to look like you've got a case of like rosacea or anything. You really just want to pull it into the apples of the cheeks, usually right below the highlighter, like where you put the highlighter. But I mean, most people like do the fish face, like when you go
Oh yeah.
like pucker.
Should I do it?
Mm-hmm. And then you'll just be able to see where it should go.
Do you have tips for lipstick?
Yes, buy not cheap lipstick. For a number of reasons. Sometimes cheap lipstick can make your breath kick. And it will dry out your lips.
What about tips for makeup on like the go daily? Like someone doesn't have time to do all this.
Again, it really comes down to like finding a good foundation that has long wear and feels like skin. It won't make you look shiny. And then finding like a good lip color that's moisturizing and also looks natural, and then a really badass liner.